pockets of resistance all around the planet. We've been fighting a long time. If you're listening to this, you are not alone. You are the resistance.
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
Alright guys, so I wanted to come in and put this little piece in here because there's always some stuff, man, that I go over and it's things that I miss, and I don't know what portion of the video I'm gonna put this in, but it's important that you guys understand, man. I know a lot of people like, man, I don't understand why Net rock with Trump, why he support what Trump doing, man. This video basically comprises of a lot of pieces of things and information as it pertains to what we know. That's why I went over, like, guys, if you've been following me for this amount of time, then you know about this, and this, and all the stuff that I've talked about and advocated for that need to be addressed, things that was being done, sinister things, nefarious agendas and stuff that's been put on by the deep state, etc. I showed you the connection. Now, I missed some pieces in here when I did the live. Some of y'all didn't catch the live, man, but I missed some pieces when I did the live. I talked to y'all about Fauci and the NIH and all that. Some of y'all know about his connection to the hidden hand and, you know, the satanic agenda and stuff, and the hidden hand, and their connection to the Illuminati, and their connection, you know, to the priesthood and the other beings and stuff. Okay, I've showed y'all also the him doing the Baphomet. I may put that in here so people can see it, because people tend to forget certain pieces, man, of how things connect. And sometimes it takes one little thing to kind of push people in the right direction, to really open their eyes to see the whole picture, because one little crumb can send you down the rabbit hole. One little piece of information can send you down that rabbit hole to starting to dig, all right, and starting to pull up. Like, a lot of stuff you cannot find. This internet has been scrubbed. Okay, just like I showed you the piece about Mark Zuckerberg and how the Biden administration was pushing him to delete and suppress and censor all the truth. And he said he knew the stuff was truthful, and they was making him do it. All right, so, and that's another thing, because we talking about a potential reptilian that had taken over that position, a clone and all that, man. So it's deep. I can't get into all of that. Sometimes I wish I could go in depth, man, but my videos already be long enough. They'd be a lot longer if I just go deep in because I can always go left field and start talking about it. I've been showing y'all videos on how they was dropping off troops and the United Nations troops in here and stuff, man. And, you know, they've been setting up shop, getting ready to do their little, you know, depop and everything, and the martial law and stuff that they was trying to impose on us, man, behind our backs. A lot of stuff. Trump is literally reversing everything that they doing. Everything that they doing. You know what I'm saying? And y'all got to understand, man, I've showed y'all how these different beings. I've talked to y'all about the spirit world and how the spirit works, and transferring consciousness. You transferring spirits and stuff. You see, it's so much, man, that I can't go in depth about, man, because it's a lot, man. It is. But just like they able to take over different beings, I showed you that these things take over people in Hollywood, selling your soul. Like, this where my journey started, selling your soul and stuff. Pac talked about it. These celebrities talk about selling their soul. Beyonce sold her soul. She started being inhabited, possessed. You see what I'm saying? Jay-Z, Eminem, these folks have talked about this stuff. They sell their soul, whether it be to be used by to be completely taken over by a real, or for a clone to be taken over and utilized in that way. All right, but you still selling yourself over. Why is it like, if you sell your soul, well, who runs the Hollywood industry? We know that the reptilian, the Dracos run it. So who's trying to tell you to sell your soul? Satan. We know that. Who's trying to keep your soul? Satan. We know that. It talks about it all throughout the Bible. Satan trying to get your soul. But we know that the Dracos is actually trying to get your soul. We know that they've implemented stuff to make sure that you don't have your soul. Okay, that you have no connection to the spiritual realm. Why is the satanic cult that's underneath the Illuminati, that's underneath the Dracos, the reptilians, why are they the ones that's trying to push the satanic low vibrational music? Why are they the ones that's trying to trap your soul? You got to make that. You see, those connections ain't abundantly clear in the Bible if you're just going off scripture. And that's why people go reverse. Oh, I don't know, he talking New Age religion stuff, because they want to jump back to hold on tight to what they think they know. But they only grasping half the picture, and that's why people are so lost and so misled. They know. That's why Rudolph Steiner, part of the cult that connected to the hidden hand, Illuminati, and all that. They the ones that said they was gonna make sure that they cut you off from the spiritual realm, from the source that God gave you. So you couldn't make these connections, these downloads that I got. They want to make sure you don't get that stuff, and keep you, and then give you a program you to give you what you want, so you can't pick up on all this stuff, man. So then they can say, "Oh, Orange Man bad," and you say, "Yeah," because you don't have no spiritual discernment. You just going off of what you're being told. That ain't spiritual discernment. You see what I'm saying? Spiritual discernment comes from a high level of intellect that you can't get when they tampering with your IQ by messing with your pineal, calcifying it, giving you fluoride in the morning first thing. Make sure you're getting a whole lot of that. Make sure you calcifying that with milk. Making sure you do that stuff. This is all part of the program. It's like they got a step-by-step guide on how to dumb down a human being and to delete the soul. And a lot of people that fall for it, and they don't understand. They can't get past it. And then when I come with this new age information, is what they want to call it, is because it goes so far past what they've been taught. So I'm breaking you out of that box. That box got you confined to where you can't get this information. So guess what? You recycling back to the smell. It's that deep, man. And I can go on and on, man, about it, and this video can turn into a 5-6 hour book. And I'm not finna do that, man. Not right now. I just wanted to point out a couple of things. But the fact of the matter is, man, you look at the stuff that Trump doing. If you were, like I said, the beings, they able to take over people. The negative beings are. Okay, so we giving the devil a lot of credit about what he can do. But we never gave God his credit about what he can do and what the angels can do, the benevolent beings. Okay, and then Phil Snyder said in one of my last video I put out, which video was that? Dang, I just put out a video where Phil Snyder was talking about those benevolent beings. He said Galatians, they were leaving because their planet or whatever was under attack. I don't know if it was by the Dracos, but they've been beefing with them for eons and eons, right? These things been around, man, before the Bible. Do y'all not understand this stuff? So if something's been going on before the Bible, how is the Bible creating their life and talking about what happened in these different periods of the world, of the lifetime? It doesn't. So that part, see, that's why you only got a little piece that coincides with your world that started here on Earth. And you think everything evolved around your world on Earth and that was it. But I just showed you we got other beings that they don't talk much about. And y'all understand there's other beings and stuff coming here. And that's why we go back to the Hebrew version of the Bible where it said Elohim, okay? And let's make them in the likeness, in our image. That's God's, not a God. Our is two people, three, not people, but our. Okay, we have to start breaking that stuff down, but people don't want to do that because that takes you outside of what you've been taught. So now your mind, you're having a mind fuck. See what I'm saying? You're having a mind fucking. You can't get past that. You can't get past that, so your mind won't let you do it. But that's part of the program. That's part of the stuff that they put in you to make sure that you don't get it. Y'all got to break past that stuff, man. You got to break outside of that barrier. Put your book down, because it ain't all about just your book. If you just stuck on the book, then you can be controlled. God didn't have to leave you a pamphlet of instructions, man, to understand how to reach him. He put it within us. He put it within us. Don't get that. Anyway, man, I ain't trying to go into all that. I know, man, sometimes I get to going, man, because when you get the downloads and you got the, like, it's a discernment thing as far as information too. Some of y'all just rock with me. Y'all rock with me because y'all got a discernment. Like that's a holy, righteous guy. He on the right path. Y'all understand? Y'all can tell I'm connected. Y'all can tell. You can feel it. You can feel when you get information. You can feel it. And some people feel it and they want to run from it because they're not ready for it. And they not ready for it because they still dealing with the confines of this realm, the programming. It's hard to break off the programming. It's hard to get out of the matrix. It's hard. Most people cannot do it. Most people cannot do it. Like, they need help, they need nudging, they need deprogramming. Okay? They need chemicals to help with that stuff. Because they've been using chemicals on you the whole time to dilute your mind and to keep you from figuring it out, brain fog and whatnot. Why do you think they had to come up with a chemical to mess with your brain? Why do you think people got neurological issues? You got side effects, man. You got side effects from the intended neurological damage that they look to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? You got side effects from the intentional neurological damage that they meant to do. Basically, they wanted to corrupt people's minds and mess with people's brains, keep them from being able to think and process information and to be able to learn cognitively. And in the process, you have side effects. With like any drugs, you have side effects, you have brain damage, you have all kind of autism and all kind of neurological problems for people. These are side effects of the stuff that they intended to do. They know what they're trying to do. They know how to do it, man. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to break away from the stuff that they've been doing, man. Understand that the devil has been running the health system. Is that so hard for you to believe? Is that too hard for you to comprehend? Satan has been running the health system. The education system has been taken over. They've been trying to take over the education in America and all over the country. Why you think they introducing all these different sexualities and transgenderism is being pushed? The Baphomet, like Fauci throwing up the Baphomet, transgender, and at the same time you got Trump stopping that stuff. If you was God, if God was gonna get involved, you can pray all you want. People pray, oh pray God help us, pray God help us. But when God help you, you don't even know it because you don't have no spiritual discernment. So if I was God, people pray for me to help and solve a problem, I'm address the problem. What's one of the problems? Well, they trying to turn all the kids homosexual. Well, we gonna address that. He just put some up. It's talking about making people drop these pronouns off they names. These he, she, him, and all that stuff, and her, all that stuff that they've been doing. You know what I'm saying? He's a she or she's a he. All that crap. He's dropping that stuff. You see, that stuff ain't of God. Trump making them drop this crap. Okay. What else would you stop if you sent your angels down? You would make them stop killing people. You'll make them stop with the depopulation program, right? Are they not doing that? You would make them stop poisoning people. You start addressing real health concerns. Then I just show you how Robert Kennedy, and it's in this video, man, because I'm piecing this together. It's the whole thing, right? Then I showed you how the United Nations, what they was involved with and how they want to use them. And you saw the Bush when the Draco. Okay, the Bushes, which was involved with the 911, y'all know. Okay, repeat that. Okay, and y'all saw the George Bush Sr. You saw he wasn't a human. Okay, and y'all made the affiliations. Y'all know who's who. Y'all should know that by now. Messing with my channel. Okay, I showed y'all how he was talking about this is a opportunity for the United Nations. Okay.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law
cut.
Understand, they are safe as long as they are not
the
discovered.
conduct of
That
nations.
is their...
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world
Their
order.
intention to rule rests with the annihilation of consciousness.
Speared to death and blood.
An order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Keep us asleep, keep us selfish, keep us sedate.
Who they want to put who? Hillary over. Hillary been doing what? You saw her doing the what they call soul cooking, spirit cooking, right? She cut off some kid face. Y'all know about that, right? Dark web, Hillary, adrenochrome. Y'all know about that stuff, right? So you want to put her over the United Nations, I showed you the connection between her, Obama, the guillotines. They was talking about cutting people's head off for you to take the mark of the beast, but the mark of the beast we know is part of DEPOP. And y'all see that Trump, he getting away from United Nations.
In light of numerous actions taken by a number of bodies of the United Nations, which exhibit a deep anti-American bias, we have an executive order prepared for your attention that would withdraw the United States from the UN Human Rights Council, would withdraw the United States from the UNRWA, which is a refugee organization, and would also review American involvement in UNESCO, which has also exhibited anti-American bias. More generally, the executive order calls for a review of American involvement and funding in the UN in light of the wild disparities in levels of funding among different countries that, as you've expressed previously, is deeply unfair to the United States.
So I've always felt that the UN has tremendous potential. It's not living up to that potential right now. It really isn't, hasn't for a long time. It has, there are great hopes for it, but it's not being well run, to be honest, and they're not doing the job. A lot of these conflicts that we're working on should be settled, or at least we should have some help in settling them. We never seem to get help. That should be the primary purpose of the UN, the United Nations. And again, it's got great potential, and based on the potential, we'll continue to go along with it, but they got to get their act together.
What would they need to do, sir, to get their act together?
Well, they got to be fair to countries that deserve fairness. They have some countries, as you know, that are outliers, that are very bad, and they're being almost preferred as countries to those that do their job and are doing a good job, and they have to really, they're going to end up losing, a lot of countries are going to end up losing their credibility like other organizations, and then they're going to be nothing. The potential of the United Nations, and not everybody agrees with me on this, the potential of the United Nations is fantastic if properly run. So we'll see what happens.
How much money are you willing to take away from them?
Well, we're taking away a little bit, but we're not looking to take away money. This is so important that we're really, as you know, the United Nations is largely funded by us. But, and it shouldn't be, it should be funded by everybody, but we're disproportionate, as we always seem to be. But it's something that if it ever lived up to the potential, in 10 minutes it would make up the difference. That's the kind of power it could have. Right now it doesn't have that power.
Why would you get away from these different factions? If you was God and you was trying to disrupt what was going on, how would you do it? You couldn't just start a fight with the president. But the president went on our side. But you gotta take it on the surface level so people can see, because it's sheep. 95% of the world is sheep, first off. So you gotta do it in the front facing, like Max Spears said, you gotta do it in a front-facing physical form for the people to accept. You can't just do it. We can't just have aliens come down here and start fighting.
The implications are you're walking through the blood of the goyim, or the general populace, and because you're from bloodline, and that's what they're telling you.
The goyim being a
the
Jewish
mass
word
public
for
sheeple, you know,
just
sort of thing.
Scum
yeah.
from the earth.
Useless eaters, as Kissinger, right?
Yes.
That's what Kissinger said. Yeah. So if you're walking that carpet, you are, you know, that elitist mentality. And
I mean, Sammy Irwin refers to greatly that the fifth race is so-called Nephilim. He calls them the Nephilim, although there's lots of different racial types we can apply to these. What Chris Thomas calls Valon, who come here to basically take over the planet.
Yeah, there's been a wrestling match to do that, and they can't. You have to use the front human form to do it.
Yeah,
because it's too shocking otherwise.
Why? Explain, sorry.
Because we've been doing the consciousness of the human stream that's here now is so used to just seeing and being told that the human being is at the top of the food chain and we're the rulers of this and that and we're that it's too shocking. Has been too shocking to bring in a new species and do it. It's not conducive to keep the control if they're going to do it that way. So they need to hide behind the human form. That's all in the Emerald Tablets, Thoth's Emerald Tablets too. It explains how that was done.
So it's a war in the skies. I tell y'all that. It's a war in the skies because the the benevolent beings, the positive beings are fighting. They helping. Trump can't do this by himself. He need God to do this, to fight against Satan. Do you understand? We can talk as much as we want about these Christians, these people in these churches, these saints. Hey man, half these folks don't have a clue what's going on. I don't care how much they go to church. It's very few actual saints that it really grasp what's going on. And they are disconnected. They not getting no spiritual guidance in the church. Them the folks that was so misled and they're going to take the walk. They already been misled. They already was disconnected. But now you so disconnected, you don't have no spiritual awareness, no discernment to know even not to take that stuff and listen. You can't even tell when you looking and talking to a demon, or a demon is in there guiding you on the freaking screen. But you connected to God, and you catching the Holy Ghost and the Holy Spirit, and you up in there dancing in the church. You don't need to go to church to go to heaven. You don't need to go to church in order to go to the fifth dimension. You got to understand. I tell y'all, Jesus was love, okay, which is the highest vibration, highest frequency that you can get to. You have to have that. That's gonna open you up to be. That starts dealing with chakras. But you got the heart chakra. That's got to connect with the crown chakra. Those connect. That's love, and that's Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness. Christ did what? Christ ascended from the grave to the heavens. See, a lot of the Bible is metaphors. It's symbolic. It's interpretation. If you can't interpret stuff right, if your spirit ain't right. But see, they made sure, Rudolf Steiner said they was gonna make sure they disconnected you from the source. Make sure that you lost the God said make us in the image and likeness of him. That's having that pineal gland. That's having your spiritual discernment, having all your spiritual powers that comes from that pineal gland. Other than that, you've been grounded. You've been grounded into this physical body. You are only able to do physical things as a physical specimen. As a spiritual specimen, you're able to use certain things, methods of travel, methods of vision. I tell you all the time, Adam and Eve had the same abilities before they took the poison. That the snake, which was a lizard first, before God swiped his legs and his hands and made him swither on the ground. So if it was a lizard first, what kind of lizard we talking? We're talking about Draco reptilians. Talking about the dollar bill. Skin texture. Color. That's why you say kids, when they born, they have their psychic abilities, they have the spiritual connection, they see, past loved ones and stuff. They have the dreams, the visions about past lifetimes until they cut it off at a certain age. But just like Rudolf Steiner said, we're gonna create a medicine that's gonna cut them off and make them not know anything about the spiritual realm. They'll only know about the euphoric body. Why do the satanic cults know about this, but you don't? But you doing your teachings and learnings from the Bible, the same Bible that they use in the Catholic Church and the Vatican and everything else, the Pope, and they swear on holy ground while they do evil. They can use that same Bible to corrupt your mind and keep you enslaved from actually knowing the real truth, the real source, and how to get there and how to reach them. That's why he said we're going to make sure we make a medicine and we're going to give them at birth. And they've given it to everybody, your schedules. That's why Dr. Judy Marquez was talking about, though. I tell y'all that. She was talking about how they give you hepatitis B and stuff like that as a baby, and it doesn't do anything for you until a certain age because your immune system and stuff hasn't even developed it. So what is it really doing? Just like we say, what is the cancer research money really doing? What is the Boys and Girls Club really doing? It's doing nefarious stuff. It's not doing nothing that they say it's doing. It's doing other stuff that you're not supposed to know about. Let that sink in. Think about that. Think about that. So, let me get back to my point, because I go far left sometime, man. I'll be taking y'all on a journey. But, like I said, Trump, just like these nefarious beings and stuff, devils, they're able to go in and out, man. In and out of people, use people for evil. God and the angels can use people for good. And that's just one aspect of it, because I'm telling y'all about the time traveling piece. We so far advanced in technology. Yes, time traveling is a real thing. You got to accept the understanding that there are other beings here. And this is where we at with our technology, holding a cell phone, talking to y'all, and we fly on airplanes. But what about civilizations that's far more vast and more advanced than us, that's been here a lot longer? You think they still doing stuff like this? And they thousands of years before us. That's why they got MK Ultra. That's why they got mind control. That's why they got technology to be able to hide amongst us. Right? They can hide amongst us and create digital imagery and cloaking devices to hide amongst us, but they don't have the time travel capabilities, huh? Okay. Believe what you want. Believe what you want. But your Bible ain't gonna tell you about time travel and none of that stuff. You ain't gonna get that information from there. You're not even supposed to know that the Dracos is still here. Let them tell it they've been wiped off during the floods and stuff like that. The Nephilims, yeah. Just like Donald Marshall was talking about, they scraped all the stuff off the walls, they hid all the information, the books, they ripped them, burned them, anything that related to telling you about their existence. And then they gave you something to say, oh, we don't exist. And then they control you through the programming, through the TV and stuff. The whole time they programming, controlling you, guiding you right to your death. That's why they put all these people in certain positions, the NIH and stuff. And then they got Fauci part of, he understands the priesthood. He up under them. So they put him over the NIH. Look, this is your job. Make sure you calling the sheep. Make sure that they drinking, eating this. Make sure they taking this medicine so it's taking them out. That's why the Rockefellers, Rothschilds took over the medical industry and the banking system. It got you by the balls. Then they was in the White House. See, that's why the Bushes is like, yeah, this is a chance for the United Nations and everything to do their thing, because the United Nations is a branch of the Illuminati. That's all they are, man. So Trump jumping away from everything I told y'all was bad, y'all seeing that stuff get addressed. So that lets you know that what I be saying be authentic. This is why I can sit here and say, yes, I mess with Trump, because I understand what is going on. He's being used. He's got help. That's why you see ships and stuff. It's stars that it's stuff in the skies that people don't understand. But I told you they got the glass. It's called Daishin glass or something, man, where if you use it, you can actually see the ships. Trump got help. It ain't just Trump. I keep on telling y'all that. Like they said, the Palladians and the Andromedans, those are certain beings that have been at battle with these beings that are here that have been bullying our race, controlling us. They've been doing this with other races. This ain't the first time. Look up Lyra and the Lyrans and stuff, man. Look into that stuff. You think the world evolved around you and your human being vessel and that's it. It's not, man. I keep on trying to tell y'all. Anyway, man, I didn't want to make this video long because the video already long. I might put this in there. This might be a separate little video, man. But it really details a lot as it pertains to the other parts of what Trump is doing and understanding that, man. But yeah, he breaking away from the United Nations and the stuff that they've been on, because they ain't nothing but an outfit of the Illuminati that's doing the same thing they've been doing, is taking us out. That's all they there to do, man. Control the populations, United Nations. Ain't nothing united. All right. Anyway, man, I hope y'all enjoying the video. Y'all be good. All right, guys. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. We're live. We're live. Yeah. War Marmot asked about the playlist, and yeah, I did post a playlist before, man. I may try to post it again after Dick, though. I got a couple playlists, man, but I like kind of mellow, laid back music or whatnot, man. It kind of just like I did videos on this, like guys, certain hurts and stuff like that, man. It does stuff to your spirit, like it does stuff to your body, it does stuff to your mind. You see what I'm saying? So like I don't necessarily like all that banging. So yeah, I don't necessarily like all that banging music and stuff, man. Like I like to play some mellow, laid back tones and stuff, man. Some good harmonic music. It can really have a good effect on you, man. Get you in a get a good vibe going, get you in a great mood. So it's good to listen to good music, man, when you can, to feed your soul, feed your spirit, man, and also heal your body, man. It relaxes it, it can relieve stress and things like that. So it's good to get good music. So I like to open up the videos, obviously, with good music sometimes, so that y'all can vibe to it the same way I be vibing, right? So yeah, so that's why I play those sounds, man, at the beginning of the videos or whatnot. Yeah, Lynn, thanks for the support. I appreciate that. Hey, Cosmic Love in the house. Cosmic Love and put a picture on her profile. Look at you. But you trying to really get into this whole YouTube business, huh? Got you a whole profile looking like little Miss Bo Peep over there. You know it's all love, Cosmic. Don't you start tripping. Don't you start. Anyway, man. So, guys, I haven't done a video since last week, but if you hadn't got a chance, man, go check out the last couple videos. I tell you guys that, man, because if you like with me and my videos, you really gotta been like following the path. Like you gotta be like on it. You can't just like for somebody to just show up over here. Like you can't just show up at Net Most Wanted, man. You can't just show up at Net Most Wanted, man, and be trying to figure out what the hell going on. Y'all understand what I mean? Like think about it, man. Think about for you guys that's been here, man. If you in here right now, I know we ain't got but maybe 100 folks right now, man, because how they mess with me. I still don't get that. I ain't gonna go into all that right now. But dang, 52,000 subscribers, man. I lose probably about 30 subscribers every day. I haven't grown since 2021. Yeah, it's been about 4 years, man, since my channel grown. It's like, hey, that's it's been about 4 years since my channel has gained a subscriber. But at one point, it was growing by 1,500 subscribers a day. So that tells you anything. Somebody asked me that, man, on one of the videos they posted on one of the last videos. Like, Net, how do you have? Because this is just on Rumble. The Rumble channel got like 10,000 subs or something. Somebody was like, well, Net, how you got 10,000 subscribers and you only got 30 likes and only 100 people watch the video? I said, I don't know. That's a good question. But anyway, what I was saying, though, if you've been here, man, and post how long you guys been following me, if you've been following me for a long time, just everybody take a moment, man, and post. If you're in here right now, if you brand new, post, like, just kind of post, like, has it been 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years for some of you guys? If you've been following me, man, for that long, man, just post how long it has been, how long you've been involved with the channel, man. I like to see that so we get an idea, of where everybody's at on their journey, man. Somebody said 3 years. 3 years. So you learned a lot in 3 years. You definitely learned a lot in 3 years, man. 5 years, Indigo Pink. You've been in the trenches. Indigo, you've been in the trenches. Cosmic Love about a year. Yeah, you behind Cosmic. You got a lot of work to do. You gotta figure it out. We're not gonna hold your hand. We're not gonna hold your hand. But somebody said one day. Day one. I'm sorry, Fear the Porn 2012. Since day one, like, well, when was day one? When was day one? Huh? Said day one. Ever since the COVID lockdown, that's when I really want. Yeah, that's when a lot of stuff came to came to light. Sylvia, how long you been following me? How long you been with the channel? Robin, how long? I've seen some of your faces quite a bit, so I'm familiar. Robin, I've seen you for a long time. I know you no less than 3, maybe 4 years in. Sylvia, I know you've been in probably at least a year, I would say. You know, I see some of my guys where I'm like, oh yeah, like 5, 6 years. I know some of them off the rip. Somebody said since the pandemic. Yeah, in the pandemic, man, like that was before they implemented a lot of the new measures, and they came up with the new division to censor stuff on YouTube. So that was when like my channel was just like blowing crazy, and I was able to capture a lot of you guys then. But since then, they've implemented all those measures and things, which some of that stuff's supposed to be coming down. Sylvia says since the beginning. Okay. So, and the only reason I asked, and it's not to mess with anybody that's brand new or pull anybody's leg, anything like that. But what I say, man, is it's important that you've been following me from early on. If you just showed up here today, then this is gonna seem like an advanced trigonometry class or something. That's what it's gonna seem like for the novice surfer that's just going through YouTube, and all of a sudden, boom, you find yourself looking at something that you might already got some kind of inclination about. But for you to really, really understand the depths of what's going on, the magnitude of what's going on, man, you had to been following me for a while. You had to been following me a while, because we didn't dug into so much, man. I can't begin to go over everything at this moment. I sometimes go back and rehash things because I like to bring people up to speed, like to keep people on the right track, man, because it's a lot of people that come around, man, and they don't know what the hell's going on. They don't know what the hell's going on. And it's not just that. It's some people that have a hard time putting all this together. What's up, Joseph? Joseph been around for a while. Yeah, guys, if you didn't know, we coming in, we having everybody, kind of post just how long they've been following the channel, man, so we can kind of get an idea of where everybody's at, as far as the absorbing the information and understanding, the depths of what's been going on. Like I said, it's some people that have a harder time putting stuff together. Like I could have did a video last year, and I'm talking to y'all about stuff that correlates to that, which it makes sense for some of y'all because y'all saw that. But if you just popped up over here today, and I'm talking about some stuff today that if you didn't catch the video last year or 2 or 3 videos in the last 4 or 5 months, this is just gonna seem off the wall. It's gonna seem off the wall to you. I mean, we done went on everything from Oprah Winfrey and the weapons of mass destruction or direct energy weapons to mud floods and advanced civilizations and Atlantis, Antarctica, everything from Amelia Earhart to the Phoenix Project, Project Blue Beam. We done went over Project Looking Glass. we did dug into World War I, World War II. We done dug into these other races. We done dug into the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve, the Bible, some of these historic buildings, these landmarks, the moon landing, the space stations, the firmament, like the different beings, the Draculas, the Depop plans. I mean, guys, the list goes on for what we done dug into, man, and put out there. And for some folks, man, if you missing one of these things, like all of this stuff is interrelated, even like gematria, these football games, these basketball games, some of these folks that's in these games, you see what I'm saying? The Illuminati, the Freemasons, you know, like we guys, I mean the music industry, the Hollywood, you know, clones, drones, homogenesis, shoot, the AI, the predictive programming, the kids in the milk cartons, the 411 missing kids, man, the portals, the underground tunnels, the sacrifices, the rituals, the presidents, like, man, like we could go on for and on, man, but we have dug into all of this stuff. We dug into every bit of it, and we made the connection for everything. We made the connection for everything, you know. And for people, like I said, if you just pop up here today, you know, you gonna be lost. Even talking about parasites and spirits, the connection between spirits and parasites, you know, and sickness and disease, and prayer and casting out spirits and things, and your aura, your vibration, your frequency, okay, possession, spiritual possession, schizophrenia, possession through parasitic possession. Like, guys, we have talked about it all. The Simpsons and the predictions in the cartoons, the video games, like the childhood schedules, the cancers, the neurological diseases, the experts, we have, guys, have we not talked about everything? The movie They Live, which is one of my favorites. Thank you, Jim. Jim pointed that out, man. They Live, one of my favorites. We had guest speakers on, man. We had the Orion Lines. We had our guy, what's that guy name? Malone, Russian Malone came on, man, and that was a good interview. Real good interview. We had what's her name too? Sophia from The Matrix. Made the movie The Matrix. Did the interview with her. She made the movie Terminator and The Matrix. We had her on. She got into a lot of stuff. You know, we had Lima Rabo on. You know, like Rima Labo. We've had I just emphasize that. I mean, we talked about so much, man, and all of it ties together and makes all the sense, man. And it's really just an overall awakening, enlightenment, okay, education, is knowledge, man. Knowledge is power, but knowledge is also life. Like, people, like I tell people all the time, man, on my videos, people have died with none of this information. Think about that, guys. Think about that for a second. People have died with none of this information. And it ain't too many places you can go. I'm on YouTube, on DuckDuckGo, on Google. You can't go on Google. We know the info behind that, right? That too, right? But it ain't too many places where you can go and get all of this information. And then, like, guys, I done brought the sources. I done brought the documents and stuff. I done brought the stuff full frontal for y'all to see. So y'all see, like, if y'all think that net be bullshitting, Y'all can go look the stuff up and the stuff be right there. And it don't even necessarily be right there. Once you start thinking, which is what they don't want you to do, once y'all start thinking and stuff, y'all put together the stuff yourself. Y'all go back and look at some of the stuff that y'all believed before. Y'all like, that don't make no damn sense at all. It don't make no sense. But we've been so gullible, so deceived, and we've been so naive in believing that folks is actually looking out for our best interests. They care about us, and they're doing what we believe to be true when it's all lies. Like talk about Pizzagate and how they use the boys and girls homes and stuff, and like they helping them, but they really using them to traffic children and stuff. It's just so much, man. So many different levels and so many different layers to this stuff, man, that I can't, like, somebody told me I should make a like some kind of novel or some type of audio book where it entails all of this stuff, man. It's a lot. I mean, like, I'm at the end of the day, I think Rumble might have about 400 videos. YouTube had somewhere around 200-300 before I had to delete all of them. And then they didn't deleted videos as we went along. It's probably close to 700-800 videos, man, that I've put out over the course of the last 5-6 years. That's a lot of videos, man. Y'all know my videos don't be 10-15 minutes long. Y'all know my videos don't be no 10-15 minutes long, right? Cosmic said I should write a book. Yeah, you about right, Cosmic. I about should. Oh yeah, Robin, Wayfair. Like y'all, yeah, like we remember, but think about how many people don't know nothing about Wayfair, Robin. Think about people that don't know nothing about that. You see what I'm saying? That didn't see that. Like we was able to catch it when it was still popping. Like, oh, hold on, why this cabinet cost $17,000 and it's named after this girl that went missing 2 years ago? They got the same name. It's the date of her missing happens to be the same time this dang cabinet that popped up. Why? Like, we was able to catch on to stuff, man, and like I say, stuff that's been scrubbed from the net. Like, you could try to explain some of the stuff to people that we talking about now, and they gonna look at you like you dumb. And then what they were doing is doing what? Going to the fact checkers. I'm gonna check and see if Wayfair had cabinets. I'm gonna check and see if Wayfair had cabinets that were going for $15,000. And then let me see if look. Hey, I was just talking about, I just wanted to see what would happen, guys. Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up for y'all so y'all can see. This is what happens today, man. This is what happens today. If you go pull this stuff up, you look it up. Say Wayfair cabinets cost $15,000. Kidnap, shifter. The Wayfair conspiracies started. Wayfair denies human trafficking. Wayfair trafficking conspiracy theories flourish on TikTok despite it being completely false. You see what I'm saying? So think about it. I just wanted to point that out real quick. So y'all think about it. Remember, I just played a video for y'all where Mark Zuckerberg was talking about how the Biden administration was forcing him to lie and deny people's claims about what was happening to them for taking the whatchamacallit. They was told to block and censor truth and stuff. He literally said, I got the video. I can play it right now if y'all want to see it again. But he was talking about how he got pressure from the Biden administration to start blocking and censoring and denying anybody that's saying anything about anything bad happening to them that took the whatchamacallit. Okay. Now, I've also talked to people that are in the pharmaceutical industry that was required to stop taking calls from people that were damaged from taking the whatchamacallit, where they were saying they were getting so overwhelmed with calls, like they couldn't even, like the phones didn't stop ringing. For people that were having side effects and all kind of crap happening to them, they were literally brought into a meeting and told to shut the phones down, stop taking calls, Okay, don't take another note, another letter, or another report of anybody that's been damaged. This is what they were told to do in order to keep y'all from getting the truth. So if they did that, if they went as far to do that, then you don't think that they gonna do this when it comes to this trafficking stuff? You don't think they gonna hide that stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same thing, man. They like they run the platforms. This is what I try to get everybody. They run the platforms. That's why people just ask me, well, Net, why you got this many subs with only this many people see your videos? Because they run the platforms. They told him at Facebook, but they also made the people on YouTube do the same thing. Don't let nobody speak out. We don't need nobody not taking this stuff. This is how they operate. But the point of the matter, guys, that I want to make is that we done been through a lot, man. We done seen a lot, man, and this journey only continues as we start to go into this year 2025, and things are starting to unfold. Yeah, things have been looking up, but we still are dealing with it. We don't have full disclosure about everything that's going on. We don't. Now, we may know some stuff, but a lot of this stuff is still going to be kind of filtered. It's not going to all come out and open at one time. It's not. It's going to have to, like, you can't just wake somebody completely up. You know, you can't just wake them up with this type of information just out the blue. It has to be, it's got to be more of a soft disclosure, you know, kind of light, and it's got to develop over time. You can't just put some of this stuff out there like that. So I kind of think that's what's going to happen. I think that's what's happening. But we brushed over so much, man, so many different topics, and it's all coming to light. I'm gonna hit on a couple of things today that y'all need to be aware of, like we talked about the Boys and Girls Clubs and how Pizzagate was going on and how they was using those things to basically furnish these pedophiles and stuff and these Satanists with children, a surplus of children and things, man, to do, the stuff that they did or the stuff that they do. Now, interesting enough, man. So y'all know the stuff. Everything I've been talking to y'all about, it's been getting addressed lately. It's been getting addressed. All right. So, and that's why I told y'all, as far as right now, guys, you gotta, regardless of what you think or feel, you kind of gotta rock with Trump right now until he show you otherwise. Okay. Until he show you otherwise, you gotta rock with him, because at the end of the day, he addressing stuff that's under the surface. Not to mention he addressing stuff that's on the surface that people don't have a single clue about. They don't have a clue about. But he's addressing stuff, man, that's under the surface. Okay, like I know people have gotten upset. They talking about, the DEI and how he's eliminated that. Well, that was just a scapegoat for them to push a lot of the transgender stuff. And I told y'all, they are the ones that are creating transgenders. Think about it, guys. You think we had transgender problems back in the early 1800s like this? Do you think we've had transgender problems in the 1700s? We're having transgender problems because of the stuff that they're doing. Okay, this is not God-made mistakes. God don't make mistakes. He ain't mistakenly made somebody who confused. God don't work like that. God don't make those kind of mistakes, man. Okay, so the fact that they trying to push that all these people had this transgender, and it's like just something and think about it, they trying to make this stuff for kids. They try to make it so kids can choose and stuff. Like, ain't no kids should be choosing, what sex they are at that age. Ain't no kids should be choosing that. Now I was watching this video. I'm gonna play it real quick. And just listen to how odd this sound when you listen to it. What is the chances? I'm about to play it here. Hold on, guys. Okay, here we go.
As the mother.
As crazy as this sound, let's play it real quick. Hold on. Presentation. Boom. All right.
Most importantly, I am here today as the mother of a proud trans man. I am here today as the aunt of a proud trans man. My best friend's kid is trans, and my kid's best friend is trans. My wife and I, our lives are filled with the most amazing, beautiful, brave, trans people, young and old, but especially young. My trans kid had his top surgery at NYU a number of years ago. His doctors were fantastic. His surgeon was the best we could have imagined. And the idea that the city is filled with young people who thought they had a place to go where they could receive the highest care, and that place has now been shut to them, sickens me to my core. So I want to say the last 2 weeks have been an assault, a barrage, so many horrific things coming at us from every direction. You don't even know where to look or how to try and block the horror that is coming in our direction. But since the inauguration, and I would say actually since the election, nothing has made me feel so good as coming around the corner today and seeing you all standing here fighting for trans rights. It's so hard to know. We're being attacked on so many fronts. It is so hard to know where and how to react first. But today I know this is where I'm planting my flag. And I want to tell the people of NYU, as I told you, I just live a few blocks away. You're going to be seeing a lot of me. And you're going to be seeing a lot of this amazing crowd of people. And there are a lot of people here today, and we are mad as hell. But as many people as are here today, it is vitally important that we come back again and again and again, and our size grows. Because what is happening all over this country, it cannot happen in New York. Here is where we have to take a stand. We love New York. New York is better than this. NYU should be better than.
Okay. So guys, I don't know if y'all heard, but beginning of that video, she said, my cousin trans, my kid trans, my nephew trans, and and their best friend is trans, and my best friend and her kid is trans. Like, are y'all listening or paying attention to how many people? Like, that's a lot of trans folks in just a little bitty circle. Now, you take that, man, and you expand that out or extrapolate that out, man, amongst the general population. Okay, I'll be honest with you guys, and it's not just trans, it's the homosexual period. It's all been put together at the same time with the stuff that they're putting in stuff. Okay, so these people are victims. Understand that. I don't wish harm on them. I don't feel, any kind of bad way towards them, anything like that. I feel sorry and sad for these people because these people would not be like that without direct human interference. Okay, like these folks have been tampered with. Okay, these folks have been tampered intentionally to bring about these desired results. They don't know that. They don't have a clue. Okay, but it goes no further than look. Let's put it just like this. I'll put it just like this. This puts things in perspective, man. All right. If anybody ever questions what's going on here, what is this, man? This is what it is here. You looking at what they represent or what they pushing. Is this not satanic? Right? But this is what? This is the Baphomet. What do they do? Trans stuff. Like, this is what it is. Okay? It's all linked together. So they're trying to push a community. They're trying to push a population of people into being this way. This is not God's work. It's not God's work. Right? This is the devil's work. And what is the devil? What do we know that the devil's doing? The devil is tampering with folks' DNA. Who's tampering with folks' DNA? The Dracos. Do y'all see the correlation here? The Dracos tampering with people's DNA could turn them into these trans. Okay? Now, most of these folks have no clue that anything is going on, period. Most of them, some of them don't have nothing to do with Satan. They ain't trying to worship Satan and all that. But that does not dismiss the fact that their minds are being influenced and they are being used to carry out this agenda. And it also helps with the depopulation plans. So if you have any thoughts about it, man, I mean, you look no further than these Baphomets, man, you can see exactly what's going on with that. You can see exactly what's going on with that. Interesting enough, man. Some folks, I saw some folks, man. I want to point this out because I thought it was significant as well. Y'all know we got the Detox shop and all that, man. It's to actually deal with people's health because, like I said in my last video, they're not here to get people healthy. That's the last thing they're trying to do. There's no place that's actually trying to help you. That's being pushed by mainstream media. That's being pushed down our throats. Like I showed you, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, they took over the medical industry and all that a long time ago, man. And once they did that, they started pushing death. That's all they pushing, right? But I just saw something recently, man, where people were posting on Facebook and they were talking about Trump and they were saying, let me see, I'm going to pull it up for you guys real quick. Let me pull it up. Yeah, let me pull it up because I think we need to take a look at this too. Okay.
It looks as though Donald Trump is...
Look at this. Watch this, guys. Let's play it real quick. The video's kind of grainy. I don't know why it's so grainy. I'm trying to make it get better. Hold up.
Good evening.
Let's see if we can make it better before we play it because it looks really grainy and I don't like it. All right, here we go. Pause. All right, here we go. Check it out.
In the process of... Good evening from New York, I'm Chris Hayes. As of today, it looks as though Donald Trump is in the process of freezing federally funded cancer research in the United States. You got that? Cancer research. Why? Well, to be totally honest, we're not sure. But on his orders, the National Institutes of Health has frozen everything.
We're sure.
Cancer research, Alzheimer's, diabetes. There's a lot not to like about the American healthcare system, but health research is one of the things that we do really, really well here.
Do we?
We spend a lot of money on it for good reason. The NIH has a $48 billion budget, which funds 50,000 grants to 300,000 researchers across 2,500 research institutions nationwide, all over the place, studying all kinds of things. Institutions filled with some of the brightest minds from all over the world come here. I know some of them are family members, came to the US so that they could conduct gold standard research in medical innovation.
Gold standard
diseases that bedevil us. It's been woven into the fabric of this country for decades.
Among the buildings of the National Institute of Health to be dedicated here today stands the National Cancer Institute, created through provisions of the act which I signed on August 5th, 1937. The work of this new institute is well underway. It is promoting and stimulating cancer research throughout the nation. It is bringing to the people of the nation a message of hope, because many forms of the disease are not only curable, but even preventable. Beyond this, it is doing research here and in many universities to unravel the mysteries of cancer.
The NIH is not particularly controversial. I think it's a crown jewel of American governance. It's doing really important, life-altering work. And again, it's not centralized, right?
Are
it's the country. Folks just spending every day in a lab trying to do things like find a cure for cancer or Alzheimer's or a treatment for a rare illness. And yesterday, I don't think this has gotten nearly the attention it deserves. That research basically just stopped. I don't mean this like symbolically either. The actual convening of meetings and grant boards to approve funding were just abruptly halted. In at least one case, mid-meeting, apparently because of orders from the new Trump administration. And again, I'd like to tell you why they're doing this, but honestly, no one really seems to know what's going on.
Reporters are baffled.
Confirmed with one cancer researcher that a scheduled meeting next week was indeed canceled. And as the academic journal Science reports, yesterday alone, officials halted midstream a training workshop for junior scientists, called off a workshop on adolescent learning, because gosh, we don't want that, right? Minutes before it was to begin, and canceled meetings of 2 advisory councils. Panels that were scheduled to review grant proposals also received 11th hour word they wouldn't be meeting. Staff also got word of an order directing the immediate and indefinite suspension of all travel for NIH employees. And as NBC News reports, nearly all scientific communication coming from federal health agencies, including the NIH, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, have been stopped until further notice through multiple directives of the Trump administration. Now, on that last point, communication freezes like that have happened before during the transition to a new administration. But again, to be honest, a lot remains unclear. And that muzzling could be really dangerous if we have like a huge outbreak of something. And right now, it really looks like health research funding, like the channel of health research funding in this country is shut down. One scientist told a reporter, "I have never seen this level of confusion and concern in people that are extremely dedicated to their mission." While a senior NIH official said, "The impact of the collective executive orders and directives appears devastating for the institutes." We're not talking about like controversial stuff here, okay? And I have to ask, who voted for this?
I did. Now, let me talk to the people. So y'all know, good and well, them folks ain't been doing nothing with no cancer research. Y'all know good and well. Matter of fact, let me do this real quick. Let me do this. Y'all know I like to pull up. I'm just gonna post this. I just want to put this up so y'all can see it for yourself. Boom, boom. Okay, look at that. $57 billion. $57 billion a year on cancer research. Can somebody tell me how that makes sense? Y'all spending $57 billion on cancer research a year. Y'all haven't figured this shit out yet. But you mean to tell me Dr. Sabi in a probably $200 hut with about $20 worth of product been able to cure cancer, AIDS, and all kind of crap, and y'all get $57 billion a year, and y'all ain't cured this shit yet? Not to mention, y'all threw the guy who came up with the apricot seed cure, y'all threw him in prison for 10 years. The guy who came out up with the Rife machine, he seemingly disappeared. And anybody else that seems to speak up about how to cure cancer, they somehow disappear or end up dead. But y'all need $57 billion a year to continue y'all's research. Let me ask you this. Where is the $57 billion a year actually going? That's the question. See, this is why I mess with Trump. Okay, this is why I mess with Trump, because Trump ain't no fool. Trump know good and dang well they ain't spending $57 billion a year on no cancer research. Ain't no $57 billion to do no cancer research. I could find a cure to cancer, man. Give me about 2 weeks and $1 million. I'm going to contact all these folks that had the cures before, and I'm going to pay them a couple $100,000, and we're going to be well on our way to killing the world of cancer. I guarantee you. But it wouldn't take $57 billion. It wouldn't take a fraction of that. They're not taking that money and putting it towards the cures. They're putting it toward more stuff to harm you, to cause it. That's what they're doing. And the fact that Trump come in like, yo, I need to see where all my money going to. Well, we need this money. Trump is going toward the Cancer Research Society. We got cancer research. Y'all still researching cancer? Like, Trump like, look, hey, give me this money, man. Y'all play too damn much. Y'all ain't doing nothing that y'all talking about. Let's stop playing dumb, okay? We're taking this money and we're going to put it toward other things, right? This is what he doing, man. Like, think about it. Now, let me break it down for you. And that's why I tell you, this is why I mess with Trump. Who was Fauci with, man? Who was Fauci with? Fauci was with the NIH. He was like the head director over the NIH. Matter of fact, let me pull it up. Because I don't believe he is anymore. I don't think he is anymore. Dr. Fauci, since 1984, director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases at the National Institute of Health. From 1984 until his retirement in 2022. Wasn't Fauci and Trump bumping heads? Last I checked, they was bumping heads. Was they not bumping heads? Right? And this fool up here running the NIH. What did Trump just do? Shut down the NIH. He talking about they ain't letting them do no research. They ain't doing no flights. Y'all shut down. Like, y'all up here lying. For one, y'all lying, y'all stealing money, and y'all killing people. Like, if Trump was one of the bad guys, why would he do that? Why would you shut down a successful operation, a successful depopulation operation? Why would you shut that down? It makes absolutely no sense. No sense at all. So we know Fauci is with what? He with the Illuminati. Why would you like that? Why you say that? Do y'all not remember Fauci with the hidden hand? Do you not remember? The hidden hand is another branch of the Illuminati. Do y'all not know that? And the Illuminati works up under who? They work up under the queen. They work up under those beings. You see what I'm saying? So the beings, that is the enemy. They are the enemy. They put, like I told y'all, they put people in position like Fauci to do the dirty work. All right. So Trump come in. What he do? Broke away from the NIH. Look, y'all done. The stuff y'all doing, killing people and all that, and giving out these diseases, that's over with. All right. Give me all this funding and all this money. Y'all remember, if y'all remember, I did a video. I think it's called Night Flight. If you didn't see my video, Night Flight, man, it's on Rumble. I think that's the only place they let it stay up. But it talked about how there were people that were researching, you know, the process that the body and the mind goes through at the moment between death and going into the spiritual realm. And Fauci and NIH, they refused to do the research into it. The lady had presented it. They saw a correlation between the spiritual realm and the I don't know if it's the hormones or something, the dopamine might be, or might be called something else. I can't think of right now, but it's released in the brain at the moment of death, and there's a shock wave and everything that goes through the brain at the time, and they believe that's what is causing people to shoot off into the spiritual realm. It's electronic, it's like electric pulse and stuff that goes through the body or the mind at that time. And they were trying to figure out, because it was like when you were in a sleep state, it was the same as being dead. There was a correlation there, all right, and it was kind of circulating around the spiritual realm. And they were refusing to do. They did research in every program but that. They did not want to research that because they didn't want people to know it. Okay, because they already know it. Make no mistake. Fauci and them, they already understand this stuff, man. The pineal gland, the third eye, and all that stuff that come with it. They know that stuff. They know that stuff. We don't know that stuff. Well, we know that stuff, but they don't know this. A lot of folks don't know that stuff. But Fauci wants to block that stuff. He's working for these secret societies. He's with the cults, okay? He's running with these beings, and they are putting people in position to do the dirty work. So Trump come in, he cleaning house. That's part of the swamp. Do y'all understand? The swamp is being drained. All right. Of course, y'all know we got the T-shirts at the Detox shop too, with Trump draining the swamp. If you haven't got over there, check out T-shirts, man. We do got T-shirts up too. The swamp is definitely being drained, and Fauci is definitely part of the swamp. Okay, he represent the beings, he represent the cults, he represent the hidden hand, the Illuminati, all of that stuff. All right. If you didn't know, this is why the NIH is getting canceled. Right now it's cancel time for a lot of these folks. All right. So this is why I say, if Trump was with the bad guys, he wouldn't be doing this. Now, the other part of that, you look at what happened with the World Health Organization. I told y'all what was going on with the World Health Organization and how they was trying to get control of the people and how they was the ones pushing the diseases and all this extra stuff. And what he do? He broke away from them. Everything that I've been telling y'all over the past several years that we needed to do away with, this man came in and started doing away with. I told you about the evil stuff that they was doing, these different programs and whatnot, and right away he come in and he's slamming the door on them things. I haven't talked to Trump. I don't talk to Trump. I don't need to talk to Trump to know what kind of evil and sinister stuff is going on out here. You understand what I mean? I don't have to talk to Trump. I see it for my own self. And y'all should see it too now. If you've been following me all this time, you should know everything I'm talking about, guys, is 100% legitimate, right? And the fact that he come in, what else I talked about? I talked about the food, the water, the air. What are they dealing with? Robert Kennedy Jr., he come in, he talking about, look, they putting this fluoride in the water and stuff. We got to get rid of that stuff. We got to deal with it because it actually lowers people's IQ level, lowers your intelligence. And I told you, your intelligence, your highest level of intelligence come from your third eye, from your pineal gland. That's why we got the Genesis in the Detox shop. So y'all can decalcify your pineal and get all that fluoride out your system. Now, mind you, the product that we're using, that was banned a long time, but they didn't want people doing it, all right, because it had these holistic effects on people where it actually cured people of things like arthritis and things, and it also decalcified and gave people a lot more clarity, like more cognitive brain function. It cleared brain fog and stuff like that, but it actually deals directly with your pineal gland, your third eye, decalcifying and clearing that fluoride out. You know what I'm saying? Getting the fluoride out your brain, getting that off your third eye. So now you can see. It's kind of like having blurry vision, right? Sometimes you got to use some clear eyes to get your vision so you can see with your physical eyes right. But what do you do for your pineal gland if your pineal gland is blurry? You see what I'm saying? Like, y'all got to look at this stuff for what it is, man. So Trump put somebody in position to start dealing with that, getting the fluoride out the water. Also talking about the food, pointing out the toxins and poisons that they putting in the food to intentionally hurt people. Why are you trying to help people, Trump? I don't understand. Why are you trying to help people? It doesn't make sense, man. If you believe like that Trump is a bad guy, and I told y'all this before, man, Trump very well could have been a bad guy before. But just like these beings, they can take form, they can take shape and take form and jump in anybody and possess them. Okay, the positive beings have the capability of doing that too. Not to mention, we're talking about time travel. All right, we're talking about clones. We talking about a lot. So they're not going to come and show up as a whole different person or different being from a different world. They just going to insert themselves in another body, somebody that y'all can get behind, and then they going to do what they need to do to correct things. Do y'all understand how that works? That's what the evil, I just showed y'all. I got my video that I posted on my shorts where you see Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, which is a basketball player in the NBA. All of a sudden, he's playing out his mind. He's like going an MVP candidate. All right, he been decent over his years, but all of a sudden, he MVP candidate. He's doing all kind of crazy stuff. Well, I noticed that he had some crazy stuff all of a sudden going on with his eyes. He's shape-shifting and crap, right? So it's like, okay, what did happen to you over the last? Now I see the change in your game. You playing like you on an elite level, like you a god amongst boys now, and now they giving you an MVP talk. And now you got some crap going on with your eyes like you're not human, right? Just like the soccer players, two of them soccer players that we got, two of the biggest soccer players out there have had the same thing going on. Not to mention the Tyson Fury who beat up on Wilder. He all of a sudden, he beating up Wilder, but he all of a sudden not human. He got some stuff going on. I'm just saying. So, like I said, guys, Trump then put Robert Kennedy Jr. in place, and he's starting to do stuff, man, to fix a lot of stuff that we had going on all this time as well. Okay, it's been two wings of the same bird. Yes, it has, but it's not right now. Y'all gotta understand. You gotta trust me with that. All right. So Robert Kennedy is doing stuff that's going against the grain. Trump been doing stuff that's going against the grain. This is why they didn't want him in position to begin with. They didn't want Trump in office because of all the stuff he's doing right now. Now, on top of that, let me show you this real quick. Put some more stuff in perspective. This is the stuff this is why I tell y'all, man. I showed y'all the last video where Trump had pulled out, maybe it was like $300 billion that he pulled out from somewhere that the deep state was basically hiding and they was lining their pockets with. Well, this ain't no different. Let me pull this up real quick. Boom. All right. Here we go. All right. So look at this, man. Look at this list real quick. Look at this list. I'm gonna show y'all what y'all think. So look at all this money that's been going out in the last 4 years. I want y'all to look at that. Think about that. Look at that list. Look at all that money that's been going out to other countries. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And the reason, let y'all finish reading the list, man. Look at all that money, man. All that money. Ridiculous, right? So you wonder, how are we sending out all this money? This is in the last 4 years. All that money to these countries, right? But we got homelessness in America. We got homeless people. We got homeless veterans, people that have fought for this country, living on the street with nowhere to go. How much money do it take to build a homeless shelter? Maybe 100,000, couple 100,000, right? How much does it cost to feed the homeless population? You mean to tell me you couldn't take $10 million, $20 million, but you couldn't take $100 million and fix our homeless population problem right here in the States? But you got all these folks going homeless in California. You got inflation. You got all these prices getting jacked up and stuff. And you sending this much money out to these other countries. Tell me, guys, this makes sense to you. So this is the stuff that Trump is doing. And he's putting these tariffs and stuff on these countries. Because, guys, let's be clear. This money ain't going just to these folks. This money is being filtered right back into the pocket, lining the pockets of a lot of these government officials. That's what's really going on, man. Money laundering, a lot of shady deals, a lot of under the table deals that they lining their pockets with, man. This is what's happening. Okay? And we up here wondering why can't nobody pay for no dang food or nothing when y'all sending this much money over to these other countries like they in desperate need. Who's sending America money? That's what I want to know. Who's sending America this money? Who sent us $20 million? If we sending all this money out, who's sending money to us to pay for the crap? No, you right. Our tax money paying for this stuff. But then when somebody lose their job, y'all only let them be on unemployment for a couple of months. Do it make sense? Somebody make it make sense. Right? This money ain't going towards what they trying to say it is, man. They using it for what they want to use it for at the end of the day. So this is the reason, man. These are the reasons why they didn't want Trump in office, because he's doing a lot of stuff, man, that goes against the grain, right? You shutting down the NIH. You ridding us of the World Health Organization, right? You changing the laws back where, hey, man is a man, a woman is a woman, right? You taking the rights away from kids to change their sex. You taking this woke crap up out of school. And I'll be honest, man, people go back and forth about, we need to teach critical race theory. No, we don't. We don't need to be teaching critical race theory. That's just a way to stir up the controversy and the drama between the races. That's what it is, and it's intentionally done. If you can't tell that, man, there's something wrong with you. Don't nobody need to be digging up stuff to try to throw it out there to cause no race relation issues. We trying to fix the issues. So you want to, let's start telling them this and this. What this is intentionally done, man. They throwing it's like throwing a bloody steak to a pack of wolves, man. Yes, they gonna fight over it. That's what you intended for them to do. That's what you intended for them to do. But I told you, it's the beings that's wanting us to fight. They want us to focus on black and white and fight each other. They don't want us dealing with them. They the real issue. So they throw stuff out there and do that kind of stuff to throw us off. Most people don't know that. Most people don't catch that, man. So this is one of the reasons why they didn't want Trump in office, man. This is the stuff that's going on. Now, I'm going to put something else up here, man. Hold on, guys. Hold on. So something else I wanted to show y'all real quick. Not that. Oh, dang it. Hold on. Just had it. It was Robert Kennedy. Did I close it? No, I didn't. All right, here we go. Robert Kennedy. Now, I played a video before where Robert Kennedy was talking about he was talking about the IQ level in America and what they was doing to it and how
we will make sure our tax
the fluoride was messing people up and stuff. So this is another video, Robert Kennedy. Let's see.
Should I be so privileged as to be confirmed, we will make sure our tax dollars support healthy foods. We will scrutinize the chemical additives in our food supply. We will remove financial conflicts of interest from our agencies. We will create an honest, unbiased, gold standard science at HHS, accountable to the president, to Congress, and to the American people. We will reverse the chronic disease epidemic and put the nation back on the road to good health. Thank you. Should I be so privileged as to be confirmed, we will.
So y'all see what this administration is about already, man. They taking things and going in a whole completely different direction. You got to see that, man. You got to see that they going in a different direction, and this is not what it used to be. Now, I'm going to play this girl's video, man. She don't got a lot of subs or whatnot, but she got some good information, and it's stuff that folks really need to hear, man. They really need to hear. Let me play it from the beginning. Hopefully I get it. Dang, hold on. Oh no, don't tell me I lost it. Hold on. I think I can pull it back up. History. Watch history. Boom. There you go. Here we go. I'm gonna play some of her video, man, just so y'all can see, like, people, some folks actually know what's going on out here, man. So y'all don't think it just be me talking about this stuff. Hold on, because they probably gonna play a commercial.
That
here we go.
We are currently at war.
I've been saying
No,
this.
I don't mean one country battling another. I unfortunately don't even mean the war that's currently going on, multiple wars across the world. What I truly mean is the war that we have been involved in, and it's been us against them. And by them, I don't mean a country, I don't mean an organization, I don't mean a person. I mean that group, the elites, the deep state, the Illuminati, the reptilians, whatever you want to call them. There is an us against them. And the problem with this war that has been waging since the dawning of humanity is that none of us have actually been aware that we're involved in it. And the ones that are aware that we are involved in it have been called crazy or have been killed off ever since the beginning of time. So what's different now? And no, it's actually not Trump. The times are changing. They are. And yeah, sure, we could say it's the solar flares, it's the increasing vibration, it's the activation of the third eye and the pineal gland. That's all great too. But it's also not just that. Contractually, this planet is going through an evolution we have seen actually before. And that was based on ancient Atlantis back in the day. And we kind of all know how that ended. This is going to be different for a variety of reasons. But before we get to an age of enlightenment and prosperity and freedom and sovereignty and integrity, we've got to flush out the old system. And this is the year for that. This is what we are going through. We are flushing the system. And this is not just happening in America. This is happening globally. This is happening everywhere. And yeah, for sure, there are a couple of players involved in expediting the flush, right? But they are not the cause of the change and the shift. So please keep that in mind. Understand that the prophecy of this planet always had this situation occurring. Now, because we have decided that we are ready to rip the Band-Aid off, it's hard, fast. And that's what the next 4 years is going to be specifically. Really, that's what the next 10 to 20 years is going to feel like. There has been so much that has already happened in the first 20 days of this new year that we can't even stop to process what just happened because something new has already occurred. And that's what the next 10 years is truly going to feel like. Sort of in the best way possible, but also in a way that's a little bit hard to keep up with. And that's okay. Now, before I sat down to sort of tune into the content of this video and really ask myself, if I could give anything today, what would it be? What do people need to know? This quote came to mind. And the quote is, "The easiest way to bring a system down is to shine light into the darkness." And that's what's happening right now. So we need to strap in and hold on because we are in for a massive amount of disclosure. And I'm not just talking about alien UFO disclosure. I am talking about the truth coming to light. And we know that the truth has been hidden in plain sight for many years. Maybe you're new to waking up. Maybe you've been on this journey for a while. Today, I'm going to go over pretty much everything we're going to start to see shifting and unfolding in the next year. And once again, in the next 4 to 10 years, but especially in 2025, there's going to be a massive unraveling of all of the lies and the manipulations that we've been told. Now, before I deep dive into it, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. That definitely helps the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I know at least 30 to 40% of you who watch my videos are not subscribed. Truth getting revealed. Before we get into the collective disclosure that we're going to see, only because those aspects of your life, those people, those situations, those attachments, mentalities, those belief systems do not serve you in this higher frequency. So they're going to be pulled from you. Just fair warning, do not shoot the messenger, okay? For those of you who have done the work, who have deep dove, who have gone through the ego deaths, who have, died and come back, who have done the childhood trauma healing, then you're in for pretty much smooth sailing, as long as you do not entangle yourself with the clusterfuck that is about to happen. Okay? All right, cool. I just had to say that. It is all about living in integrity moving forward. There is no room for falsities anymore at an individual or collective level. All right, collectively, everything that has been covered up is going to be and is being uncovered. And like I said, Trump is actually expediting a lot of that, and I'm grateful for that. And he's not going to touch upon everything, and we're going to get to that too.
Okay. So we're not going to play her whole video, man, because it'll be long. I already been on here an hour and 30 minutes. So I just wanted to point out, basically what she was saying. Things are being revealed. A lot is still yet to come. Okay, we are at war. I've been telling y'all for the longest, man. I told y'all when I said we at war. Like I told y'all we in a recession. I told y'all that we're in a recession. They just haven't announced it. They talking about cars. The cars prices have been higher. They got more cars in stock and more inventory than we had in the recession in 2008, 2009, which indicates that it's worse than that. This recession that we in that they didn't claim because they was trying to keep that administration looking good and all this stuff. It wouldn't surprise me that they try to push it out on Trump now because of the stuff he's doing. But the recession, we've been in a recession. Make no mistake about it. If you can't tell, the recession been worse than it was the first time around. We've been in a recession, guys. And you look at all the money that's going out, you can understand why we're halfway in this dang recession that we've been. But I wanted to point that out. Like she said, we at war, man, because you at war. Anytime somebody is poisoning your food, your water, your air, your medicine, man, your programming, your kids, when they're attacking you, when people are being depopulated, all this stuff, that is war. War has been, just because it ain't been declared, okay, because the people that's supposed to declare it are actually working for the enemy, that don't mean you ain't at war. You see what I'm saying? If you in a fight, you get punched in your face, do you need to turn to your homie and ask them, hey, am I in a fight? Am I fighting somebody right now? Hey, man, you just got punched in your damn face. Damn right you fight. You better be fighting somebody. So understand, you don't need the enemy to tell you you're at war. You don't need the enemy to tell you you're in a recession. Okay? We've been at war. And I told y'all know who we've been at war with. Y'all know that they got enemies. They've been had enemies, man. And they enemies would be our allies. Okay? Understand that. So when I say, when you see all this stuff kind of shifting around, like it may be looking like it's happening slowly, but at the end of the day, it's happening. Things are going in a different direction than they were going. That should tell you that something is going. What we see is the political fight. We see the political arena. What's going on right in front of us? The surface level stuff. Remember, it was DUMBs. The underground bases was being blown up last year and the year before, or when Trump was in. They was blowing up underground bases. Y'all don't remember that, man. They was talking about the military was going in. They was fighting the beings. It's been going on. Y'all, like I showed y'all, Eisenhower, Roosevelt. They knew they was talking to these beings, presidents. This is in the files. This is in the archives. This is in the top secret information. You know, this is the stuff that's disclosed to the president. When they debrief him, when he come into that meeting, they sit down and say, what's our relations like with foreign countries? All right, what's our relations like with these extraterrestrials? What's our relations like with these different race of beings? What about the ones that we know are here? How many different races do we know are here? You don't think President Trump that sat in no cabinet meeting and had this conversation? You a fool. He know exactly who here. He know exactly what's going on. The military been having these conversations. They knew about it before Trump ever knew about it, even got in there. That's why I said the military was the ones who decided they was going to use Trump, and they got they folks together, decided how they was going to do it. Because they was the ones that set up the military complex with the beings. They set up the underground tunnels and stuff in where the children was getting harvested and stuff. They set that stuff up with Eisenhower and Roosevelt long before. All right. Any president that came through knew about this stuff was going on, including John F. Kennedy. Right? Trump come through. He know what's going on too, man. They told him, briefed him and everything else. He know about the time travel. He know about the Project Looking Glass. He know about the Montauk Project. He know about Philadelphia Project, Phoenix. He know about all that stuff, man. That's why I told y'all, why y'all think Elon Musk, man, him and Trump hang so tough. Elon Musk running Tesla. Who was Trump uncle cool with? Tesla. Tesla was doing what? Working on the time machine. They ain't tell y'all that. I played the interview on the last video where John Trump was talking about how they had him go in and get all Tesla's work and stuff. And they only told you about a couple of these crazy weapons that he had created. They ain't tell you about the time travel. They ain't finna tell you about that. You're not supposed to know about that, right? But he just happened to be the one that's messing with it. So John Trump starts looking into Tesla's work. Now you got Donald Trump hanging tough with the creator of the Tesla company. Like do it take a rocket scientist for y'all to figure out what the hell's going on here? You see what I'm saying? But y'all have to remember, Tesla was trying to work with Eisenhower back then to do what? To try to help the country to get stuff right, to fix things. And then at the same time, Eisenhower, or was it Roosevelt, one or the other, they said they wasn't going to work with them beings. So Tesla knew all about that. They both were communicating with these beings and decided they weren't going to work with the beings. But somehow the beings took over and they started doing what they wanted to do. Okay, so if I'm Tesla, yeah, I'm going to send somebody back in time. We're going to correct this stuff. I'm going to get with Trump, John Trump at the time, and we're going to correct this stuff. All right, or John Trump, that's the only chance y'all have of trying to fix it. It could have got so out of hand. The depopulation program was being ran. You know, who knows what different timelines we've been on and different parallels that have occurred. We see the Mandela's effects all the time. Who knows what occurred that kind of pushed them to say, hey, we got to go back in time and we got to fix some stuff. We got to change this. We got to send somebody back. We got to get control of this thing before it get out of hand. All right. I showed y'all the Back to the Future movie, the predictive programming, the correlation between that and Trump and Biff in that movie. Right. And Tesla and the scientists in there. Man, I'll be putting y'all on some stuff, man. Y'all don't be paying attention. Better pay attention, man. But no, like what I was saying, guys, y'all know these beings, they've been here, they've been doing their different things or whatever else, man. It's deeper than we could ever imagine. The spiritual piece of it, man, having to come down here on this realm and take on physical form, man, in order to be able to move about. Jumping in and out of vessels and stuff like that, man. And when, like I said, when we leave here, we leave these physical forms, but we go into these spiritual, interdimensional forms and things like that. So it's a lot, man, to unpack. It's not easy to really describe in great detail on how this whole thing works. And I don't pretend to know everything about how it works, but I feel like I got a pretty good inclination of what is going on. All right, now. The crazy thing is, man, which I wanted to tell y'all, and I'm pretty serious about this, man. I think right now, okay, And y'all have to remember before, when Trump was supposed to go in office, it was threats about them using weapons of mass destruction on the people if Trump didn't do this, do that, and the other. Because he was going to disclose some stuff. He was going to do certain things. And so some threats thrown around about what they was going to do to populations of people. Funny how we got all this stuff happening to folks now. We got this fog that then flew around. We got fires in Hollywood. I don't know how you want to look at it. Could be good or bad, right? You had the floods in like North Carolina and stuff like that. These very well could be attacks from the deep state, could be attacks from the beings trying to keep control of the population, man. These sicknesses and stuff that they throwing around. A lot of this stuff, man, is direct attacks on the people. Okay. Now, you got to understand, if we in a war, then they're going to have countermeasures that they're going to deploy. All right. They're going to deploy countermeasures. They're going to come up with different strategies. All right. Just like the election, the whole thing with that initially. Now that the election has been won, then these beings have to back down. Remember, all them beings that was on the news, giving you the news and stuff, telling you to take the walk and all this and that and the other. They also was going against Trump, talking about he wasn't gonna win the election. They was gonna get the election, all this stuff, and try to give him all these felonies. They did all kind of tactics to keep him out the way, so that he couldn't stop the Depop plan, so he couldn't start fixing people's health. So he couldn't start disclosing crap that's going on, the JFK files. I don't know if y'all seen the JFK files. Alex Jones played a good piece about that, man, showing how they talked about how their whole plan was to kill JFK, how they strategized, and it went on inside our own personal, this was inside our country. This was planned out by our own people. So y'all have to look at that stuff, man, and see, like, it's some significance there to what we dealing with now and what we dealt with back then. Because y'all remember Kennedy was talking about exposing these same bad actors that happen to be in our gov. He was going to expose them. And he gave one of his last speeches was centered around that. Now, what I was going to say, though, man, is I think right now it is attacks going on people. Okay. Now, it's two ways you can look at the things that's going on. We had these plane crashes. I think it's been like 3 in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. Last I checked, something happened in Houston. It was a plane that was on fire or whatnot. We had the plane that went down, hit the helicopter, the Black Hawk or whatever. Then we had another plane that went down. So the chance of a plane hitting a Black Hawk helicopter is slim. That's slim, man. Somebody either scrambled their radar or something intentional happened, or there was some kind of other forces involved in these things happening. This stuff just don't happen. Even if you're a Black Hawk helicopter flying high, you have the evasive maneuver ability to move around in a way that you're not going to run directly into no plane. Do y'all understand that? Like, Black Hawk helicopters are pretty unique in how they able to fly. They're not just finna run into something without some kind of extra interference, man, to cause it. And they got plenty of time to adjust their movement if there was a plane coming in their direction. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not buying that. I'm not buying it, not for one bit. I'm gonna tell you what I believe is going on. I told y'all this before. Y'all remember, like we said, there was drones that were spotted above Hollywood. There was drones that were spotted above Hollywood when the fires and stuff was going on. Now, I'm gonna play this piece again so y'all can remember what the guy was saying, and I'm gonna break it down again, and then we'll see. Let me see. Hold on. Just had it up. Hold up. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Here we go.
We are launching the drones up in the sky as of right now. We are launching the drones up in the sky as of right now in New Jersey and stuff, in Texas, everywhere. Like, y'all don't gotta be afraid. Them are man-made drones, and we're doing the launching or whatever. Now, what you do have to be concerned of, but it's the the orbs that's inside the sky that y'all see that's glowing and stuff, that's shooting down the drones and all that, that's not a part of us. Them are actually real life aliens. Like, aliens do exist. They're above and they're below us. Yes, they do exist. And 2025 come, there will be a lot more of exposing the truth. I can't say the reason why, but because it's already out here, so I can speak on this. Aliens are real, and we will have to evacuate sooner than later. But just be careful and keep looking up in the sky.
Okay. So y'all heard what he was saying. Now, like I told y'all, Trump created the Space Force or whatever. That's why I posted this Space Force, man. Y'all have to think about this, man. If these beings are we at war, which y'all know we are, it should be no doubt in your mind about whether we're at war or not. Now, whatever y'all see happening on the Earth's surface, man, it's going to look like it's peaceful. It's going to look like just a peaceful transition of power and stuff. But in the background, it's a lot of fighting going on. Some real fighting, some real issues that's happening, man, that y'all not going to know, y'all not going to see. All right. The only thing you're going to see on the surface is, people, smiling, shaking hands and doing deals, and people moving out of position, people resigning, people being imprisoned, or people being removed, people being brought up on charges, people being, fired or whatever. Like, you're going to see that kind of stuff happening here, because these are the positions that were given to these people by the beings. Okay. But as we eradicate these beings off our planet, out of our atmosphere, these folks that's been put in position by them to do the dirty work, they're going to have to be removed and replaced too. All right. Now, I showed you video where they was talking about how they had a lot of these beings in the military and stuff like that. So you're going to have some of them that might be generals. You got them, like, they're going to be flying planes. They could be flying helicopters. They could be giving orders. You don't know who and how they being attacked. Okay, if you got Space Force, which we understand that's under Trump, so Space Force is going to do what? They're going to be against probably our own military. You understand what I'm saying? They going to have to go against people in our own military, because our own military got folks that's being inhabited by these brills and different beings. Is it making sense to you? Okay? Same folks that's spraying the skies with crap, that's messing people up, they the same people in your military and stuff. Okay? The same stuff that Robert Kennedy Jr. is trying to fix, these folks are still trying to do. Okay? So you got to understand, man, like, dude here, I don't know, and I'm not in position to really say, but I believe personally that he might be on the opposite side of this, because he may not know. You got to think, for the longest, our military been doing stuff to their own people, and they don't even know. Like I told you, like the folks that was spraying chemtrails and stuff, a lot of them folks ain't find out till 20 years after they've been doing it that they was poisoning people. And then they come out and they speak out like, I didn't know, I thought we were doing this. I thought we were helping with global warming and this and that. Yeah, because they lied to you, right? So this dude like, well, we shooting down he said, y'all don't have to worry about the drones and stuff. But we know, look, you seen the drones above the fires. Are they causing the fires? We don't know. You also seen the drones was spraying chemicals over like populations, right? So then he's saying these orbs, y'all got to worry about these orbs coming down and they shooting down the drones. Okay. But are the orbs part of the good guys, right? Are they part of the good guys that's out here to do good? Now, people have been reporting, man. I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, where I talked about, if you look in the sky, you'll see certain like lights and things like that look like planes, look like stars, but they ain't moving. They just hovering, and they too low to be stars, and they moving too slow to be planes. They just kind of hovering, sitting still, and they lighting up. They changing colors, doing all kind of crap, man. A lot of people, if you go on like TikTok and stuff, man, a lot of people been reporting this. These are ships. Okay, these are ships, man. I believe that these ships are here, and they are helping with this strong arm takeover of the gov to get things back on the right track. Just like I played in my last video where I played Phil Snyder and I played Al Billick. Al Billick was talking about this war going on in other parts of the galaxy, and they hope it does not reach Earth's surface. All right. And then Phil Snyder was talking about, how they were like, it was actually some stuff going on and it was reaching Earth's surface. All right. Phil Snyder was pointing at it. I was talking about how they hope it don't reach Earth's surface. Phil was talking about how it had reached Earth's surface for the most part. And this is the stuff that was going on. Like, we having the ships and stuff that are here. Okay. And Phil Snyder said it in his speech. He was like, the only way to get the gov back is to do a overthrow. He was like, we have to overthrow our own government. Why would you have to overthrow your own government? The only reason you have to overthrow your own government is if they have turned on the people. And why would they turn on the people if you part of the people? That's because they wasn't part of the people. They had been infiltrated. So this is why you got this military dude. He like, well, we gotta, we the drones and stuff like that. But do you know what you're doing? Yeah, you talking about we gotta worry about the orbs and stuff. He even said we got beings below us, which is the Dracos. I told y'all that the reptilians is underneath us. Y'all talk about hell and stuff, burning in fire and demons and stuff like that. Yeah, well, they right there below. Yes, the Dracos, that's them. Okay. Don't get caught so much up in the biblical aspect. Understand that there's a lot of it mixed up. This is how they've been able to hide and do the stuff they doing. The beings, they doing stuff to children, sacrifices and stuff. It's hot as hell down there. What reptiles like? They like it hot. All right, understand that. So you got them below. You also got the grays and whatnot above. All right, and this is the stuff that they've been doing. Hydroid. So if you're in the firmament, what's outside of the firmament? That's called outer space, bro. That's called outer space. If you're in a firmament, you can't be in something unless it's something else around it. You understand what I mean? Like, people get confused, man. It's not a knock on you, Hydro, because I know you ain't even thought about it. But you can't be in something and nothing be outside of that. If you're in the firmament, what is keeping you inside the firmament? Why do you need to be in something if there's nothing outside of that? That does not make sense. But this is how we've been taught to think. Like, we not taught to think. That's the problem. You see what I'm saying? Just like when people say there's no space. In the concept that you believe, no, it does not exist. But after you leave this vessel, you are not in this realm. So that would make you in what? Space. You would be an interdimensional being at that point. You're in between dimensions. That would make you in space until you land in another dimension. Does it make sense? I hope I do a good job breaking that down for y'all. But back to the point, man. The guy's talking about the drones, man, and he doesn't know which side he's on. Our military has never known exactly what side they're on. They go and fight wars and do battles and stuff, man. They think they're doing it in the good name of America. A lot of times they're doing that in the good name of the queen, and it's to do depop programs. It's to remove people, get money, and cause wars and stuff. And it's all part of trapping souls and harvesting souls and energy and causing disruptions in the atmosphere. It's a lot bigger than what we see on the surface level in our little world, in the physical realm. A lot more is going on outside of that. But we have not been privy to this information to understand what's going on. They do. A lot of it's ritual sacrifices. Like, for instance, and I don't know if I want to go in depth with this stuff right now because it's late, man. I don't think we're finna do another 30 minutes on her. But I want to point this out. Super Bowls are rituals. Okay, Super Bowls are rituals. Ironically enough, and you can look at this a couple different ways. The Super Bowl, one of the planes that went down, I think it crashed in Kansas City. No, it crashed in Missouri. I want to say it crashed in Missouri, and it was coming out of Kansas City. Not of Kansas City, but Philadelphia. So what is the coincidence? We got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City, Missouri versus versus Philadelphia Eagles. And you got a plane that's coming out of there and it happened to crash. Like, what is the chances that that's the plane that crashes? It doesn't make sense unless you dig into it and see if that very well may be a ritual that's going on. Or flip side of that coin is that we ain't safe to really be flying right now. And I'm going to choose the latter because I feel like with the war that's going on, the war that's waging on, they very well could start targeting commercial flights. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this could be something that's happening. They could be targeting commercial flights, man. They could be using direct energy weapons at commercial flights. Right now is not a good time to be flying. I'm just being honest with you. You probably want to wait a little bit and see how this stuff's shaping out. If we get another plane go down in the next year or so, or the next couple of weeks, I would be real cautious. I probably wouldn't fly. I probably would take my chances on the train or automobile before I fly. But yeah, like the Super Bowls are ritualistic things, man. They do a lot of, if you ever watch the Super Bowls, they do these satanic rituals and things a lot of times with that, man. The Grammys and stuff, they get behind that stuff, man, and push these rituals because they able to harvest energy and stuff, man, from the crowd, from everybody that's in there performing it. It's a lot that go into it, man. But I believe that flight, it's either one of the two things, man. Either it's targeted, right, because of Trump and everything, and you got these beings, you got these wars going on in the skies, man, and you also got these satanic rituals that's going on at the same time. So either one of these things could very well be taking place right now. We wouldn't know, but I can assure you that these are not isolated incidents, man. These are not isolated incidents. It's not by coincidence. It's not a mistake. All right. So anyhow, guys, I'm not gonna make this video no longer. I wanted to point that out though, because I know people were talking about it, man, and wondering about these flights and stuff that's been going down. I believe that right now we at war. Okay, y'all seeing it on the surface level as peaceful, all right, because y'all seen Trump get in the office and everything cool in y'all eyes, but no, it's a war in the background going on. It's been going on. So they gonna ramp up their efforts, just like that fall came down and people start getting sick. You see what I'm saying? The floods came and everything. They was already talking about dropping a whole bunch of mRNA on people. They was talking about doing it, so don't be surprised if they did. All right, no telling what kind of long-term effects that fog might have on people. I don't know. I know a lot of people have been sick, man, and a whole lot of other stuff been going on. So be cautious. If you have to fly, man, take caution right now. All right, because it's really no telling what's going on in the skies and how long this stuff gonna be going on. The disclosures and stuff is coming. Like old girl was saying, it's gonna be over the next 4 years. But it might have to come sooner because these beings are angry, man. It's a fight right now, man. It's a fight going on. And we right there in the middle. We the civilians. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, guys, I'm not gonna make this video any longer. I think we talked about a lot of stuff. If you haven't had a chance, man, like I said, the Detox shop is back open, man. If you didn't know, a lot of people been asking about it. It had to go down for a little minute. We attempted to put up some more products, man, but it didn't pass the review. They didn't want them to go up. So we still got the Detox products, man, that help you fight off cancers and things like that and avoid them. Also cleaning up your pineal gland with the Genesis, man. We got the Body Shot Detox, gets the chemtrail stuff off of you. We also got the DE Parasite Detox, cleans the parasites from out of your system. All right. And the New Dime helps clean up your skin, man. Get all the chemicals and toxics off your skin. You know, the stuff that they putting in the skies, and that stuff is affecting your skin and stuff too. Helps clean that stuff up. Gets the parasites off you too. And those things are in your face as well. Quiet as kept. You don't even know it. But all this stuff, man, is available in the Detox shop, man. If you get a chance to check the website is listed above on the banner, detoxificationbypurification.com. We still got a couple of sales going on for the bundle packages, man. You haven't had a chance to clean yourself up for the year. We also do have the Trump t-shirts in there as well. If anybody that's looking to support Trump, man, or if you just want to support the channel, you can always donate. Donations go to Cash App, NETMOSTWANTED, or you can send PayPal to paypal.me/NETMOSTWANTED as well. All right, guys. So this video may not stay up on YouTube, but it will be on Rumble. All right. If you get to catch it, man, make sure you go to Rumble. It'll still be up there. I might keep it up on YouTube for at least the next 2 or 3 hours. All right. If it's gone after that, just go to Rumble. All right. Hope everybody's been good, man. I will catch y'all on the next video.